So, ladies and gentlemen, F125 reveal trailer has been released, and also a whole load of details about the F125 game. We got Lewis Hamilton. They paid him a lot of money to be on the iconic version. As revealed in a short that I posted a few days ago, it is indeed coming on the 30th of May, and I believe a few days earlier, be the Tuesday, I can't quite remember. Notice here, confirmation, no PS4, no Xbox One. We'll have to wait and see what there's others. Now, yes, I'm going to point out a few things from the trailer. Obviously, this is just gameplay at the moment of Lewis, presumably playing, looks like on the HUD. This Breaking Point is back for another reiteration again. All of this. Now, I'd like to point something out. These look a bit new too. Looking through the game files, they have had scenarios where things on the pit wall or around the garage have been the same since 2018, but I've not seen these before as well. As Casper Ackerman there gets involved. There was the new HUD there briefly. Hang on, let me just try and rewind. There it is. This is the new HUD. I've got a better image it later on, which I'll show you later in the video. But it's a lot more simplistic. It's a lot smaller. The HUD on F124 I felt was very bulky. This is, I think it's a lot nicer, but I need to try. I'm not going to say a final thing if I prefer it over the current one. I mean, for me, F123's HUD was better, miles better than F124's. So until I actually play, I'm not probably at liberty to really say how I feel about the HUD and customize it there. Again, more gameplay. These are all the FOM cars there as well, which of course there, and there's a crash between a Red Bull and also one of the Butler Connor Sport cars as well. There was also reverse racing as well in that trailer, just briefly there it is, somebody coming out the grid the wrong way. You can now drive tracks in reverse. If they're going to be where they're going to be limited to, I don't know, but that's going to be nice. Again, another another Breaking Point scene too. So yes, F125 is definitely coming with Lewis, and at the end of this trailer, AXGP, whatever they're called, from the F1 movie, there will be stuff from there, and I'm gonna get into it. So obviously there's a whole marketing stuff about Lewis moving from Mercedes to Ferrari. Now, obviously the big main edition is called the Iconic Edition, in case you haven't heard. I missed the short because we knew that already. That was leaked early. Basically, we were hoping for classic cars, being the fact this is the 75th anniversary. What better way to celebrate 75 years from Formula 1 with having some classic cars and having some classic hats. And of course, in classic EA and Codemasters fashion, that's not happened. Yeah, absolutely as well. Again, Connor Sport, this looks like the FOM car, although I'm not entirely sure if they've updated the actual car. It's just the actual chassis, sorry. The livery definitely is new. I've still not finished the previous one actually. And also, the F1 movie is coming out in June as well. So there will be GP team playable across My Team and Driver Career, a number of post-launch gameplay chapters inspired by the film, which suggests this is coming to Breaking Point 3 as well. My Team also on a refresh too. Basically, this is your new HQ, which, to be honest, I mean, this looks nice, but will it have the stuff that My Team needs? That's a big question. We don't currently know. At this current in time, I'll probably do some research and see if I can find any more leaks at a later date. If so, there'll be probably be a video next week. Now, we are carrying on with the Ego engine. Whether or not we're going to get a new version of this, now that we have moved, that the old generation of consoles aren't being used, I don't know. They are using LiDAR technology, which it's not too bad. It just depends where they take the LiDAR from. Have they done it themselves, or have they used various sources as well? I don't mind them upgrading the tracks. Australia looks like it's been rescanned again, but some tracks haven't been touched for years, like Brazil, I'm going to say, is one of those tracks that haven't been touched. Suzuka, off the top of my head too, hasn't been touched for years, so there's quite a few tracks that do need to be there. Now, obviously, Lee's still hanging about. Basically, F125 delivers more ways of players to experience F1 and the race of the way, and the drama of Breaking Point to make the headlines of pursuit of World Championship glory. This year, we have new opportunities to connect, collaborate, and compete than ever before. So this sounds like F1 World. Yes. Don't be surprised if you see a massive push on F1 World. But also, sales are crucial this year because they still need that extension contract, certain performance metrics, or whatever it is, to get that contract for 26 and 27. I think a lot of people may be interested by my team. Definitely not Breaking Point. The story of Breaking Point 2 was so poorly written that it was so off-putting as well. Because there was no transition between what happened at the end of Breaking Point 1 and the start of Breaking Point 2 other than one line. There was no how did Aiden Jackson end up at Connor Sport, Butler Connor Sport? How did Connor Sport decide to enter Formula 1? Because they weren't there in the first game. There's a whole load of stuff here. As well, they do need a lot better story. If the story isn't good enough, then it's going to turn a lot of players off very quickly. This could also be the last Breaking Point or not. We don't yet know. Obviously, if the game gets cancelled, then it will be the last Breaking Point. So I thought I'd hop over to a traction version just to reiterate some of the things. We are getting reverse tracks layouts. There was a thing as well. I'll show you a screenshot, but basically there's a thing at Zandvoort. Again, I want to know where we are able to do this. Will we be able to do this in career mode? Will it just be limited to online Grand Prix mode? I don't know. I've misspelled laser scan. It's actually LiDAR, but there we go. I mean, it's technically a form of laser scanning, really. As well. So basically, you've now got 48 tracks. I'm hoping they get the as well. Iconic Edition. That's like the F1 movie playable scenarios is only available in the Iconic Edition. So that is interesting because before, buying the Champions Edition or the Iconic Edition this year basically only serves as you paying that extra money for 3 days early access and nothing really else. But now you're getting an extra DLC by paying that extra money as well. Yes, there is a new My Team. One thing to note here, most of the fundamentals are set to remain. It seems you can now select either of your 2 drivers to race as before every round. This could lead to more interesting internet. I don't understand what they mean by 2 drivers. I'm hoping that means you get stuff like, obviously you recruit a teammate, but yeah, maybe a young driver program, or is that just a mistake? I don't know. Reverse grids. So, sorry, not reverse grids. LiDAR technology, a laser scanning technique as well. According to EA, several, but not crucial all venues will receive the treatment. This is expected year on year that they do go and do them, but the total amount of circuits, I don't know. I'm hoping that. Also, yes, some tracks will be playable in reserve, presumably helping online community experience newer venues without producing all new racing tracks. So Silverstone, Red Bull, the Red Bull Ring in Austria, and Zandvoort are the ones that have been shown in the trailer. The question is, will it be limited to those three? Because the thing you've got to think about here is if they limit it to just online / time trial only, that will be a thing, because I'd love to see it in Grand Prix mode, but that obviously encounters them to train the AI, and obviously if you're going to do it in Grand Prix mode, you might as well allow it for career mode too. I mean, why not? Give us that extra customization that we've all been asking for as well. Then obviously we've got APXGP, which again is using an FOM car as well. Finally, to round off this video, I don't want to be too long because most of you probably have already seen stuff already. I'm just filling in on what some people you may have not seen. We've got pricing as well. So in case you don't know, this is F1 Games News now, I believe. It's run by Josh Merrin, another creator on Twitter. Basically, as well, you can see here it's more expensive on consoles as it is every year. So just so you know, you are at £90 for the Iconic Edition, 70 quid if you're on PC as well. Plus you get, hopefully modding is still available on PC too. I'm going to say that now because obviously there was that thing last year where we didn't have and also somebody's pointed out here, yes, the Iconic Edition on PC is the same as the Standard Edition on consoles as well. We only yet clear if we're going to get an updated engine or staying on 4.0. I know that they keep saying, oh, we make changes to the Ego engine every year, but there is a certain Sky that hasn't been changed since F1 2016. It is, yeah, I do think that they do need to do that. Here's the HUD. Here's the screenshot that I was doing for, which is where I'm going to end this video. Yes, this is from the trailer. It's Lewis playing, and you can see here it's the heads-up display, also known as the HUD, basically. So first of all, a lot of this bit on the side and this bit relatively unchanged. I don't know, does it look like it's a bit back? I mean, for Lewis, and actually his position, that he's got his default position is a lot further forwards on the T-cam compared to what we've had before, because before the default position is center, where you can see a bit of the helmet, but you can't see the helmet. It looks like a little bit like Tim at Marduk's setup. I know he pulled his T-cam forwards from his position. This doesn't look. This may have gone back a little bit as well to try and maximise the space of the screen, but other than that, it's relatively unchanged. The same with the minimap. The HUD is, of course, the big thing here. We haven't got the menu, whether or not they've, changed the options here or not. As well, but this, I mean, as I said, I don't quite know how I feel about this. It looks, I think it's I can already say it's better than F124's one. But you know, F123's, I'm sort of admiring. F123 is the only heads-up display that I've had in the middle. On the Halo, every other year I've put it down the bottom right, which is what Arrow does. And you know, 2024 F124's HUD sort of was better down in that position. And also, I made it smaller. Actually, I decreased the size of it because it was massive. It was a whopper. This is a lot more clean. as well. You've got the rev counter here, the MPH. Yeah, don't know what this green bit is. I presume that might be DRS. Maybe you got your ERS here as well. Interesting to see if is that gonna change color when you're deploying overtake or not. There's no on this heads-up display, no overtake button. Just to think about that. So that is something to consider whether that's going to go. There's sort of a yellow. I don't know if you can. I think you can see my cursor, but there's this yellow dot here. I remember last year that it was missing like a round circle for overtake, and I'm hoping that's going to be where you can put your button in that yellow circle here. I really do, because if it's going to have to be fiddling up with the heads-up display here to turn the different modes on and off, that's a pain in the backside for me. But yes, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think about F125 in the comments below. Do you like the new HUD? Do you like what you've seen with Breaking Point? Are you going to buy the game, more crucially, or not? I might do a poll as well, actually, which I'll leave a pinned comment, actually, to do that. Yeah. Let me know what you think about this. I'm having mixed emotions about this HUD, to be honest, though. On the one side, it's a lot cleaner, but is it as good as F123's HUDs? I mean, it's been a while since I played F123, so that's just something to think about. Yes, I'm definitely going to leave it here. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. See plenty more F125 game news and potential leaks as and when they come out. I will try and have a look some point this weekend to see if there's any more leaks available. Bearing in mind, I know F124 Season 3, I've not forgotten career mode. It is coming. I've been working for the past 2 months making that series, so it is looking very good. I am almost done with all deliveries are all done. I'm just doing the driver suit, so I'm hoping to crack that out tomorrow. There won't be a video Friday, so I can work on that too, and hopefully I'll have a video next week with those, along try and get 3 videos. It does mean with this coming, this sort of caught me unawares, and I wasn't quite fully aware I need to do this. So because I need to do multiple videos, it's going to be a 25% career mode. That's just to help me. I know that it's not on much racing, but then of course the racing on F124 is not that great as well. Yes. So yes, until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.